Can you be my horror cutie? Can you be my, can you be my horror cutie?
I'm down, down, down to nothing, feeling alone. I'm lost, lost, lost without you. Since you've been gone, checked my phone too many times, played your voice inside my head. Can't dream at night when you're not in my bed. Tossing and turning, burning, yearning for your love. Don't think I don't know where you lie. Don't think you know where I hide. I see you, I see her, I see everything. I see the ugly truth in my dream. You're up to something and leaving a mess. I read those letters where you confessed. Checked your phone too many times, played her voice inside my head. Can't dream at night when she's there in your bed. Tossing and turning, burning, yearning for her love. Don't think I don't know where you lie. Don't think you know where I hide. I see you, I see her, I see everything. I see the ugly truth in my dream. Don't think I don't know where you lie. Don't think you know where I hide. I see you, I see her, I see everything. I see the ugly truth in my dream. Dream on, 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 dream on. Don't think I don't know where you lie. Don't think you know where I hide. I see you, I see her, I see everything. I see the ugly truth in my dream. Don't think I don't know where you lie. Don't think you know where I hide. I see you, I see her, I see everything. I see the ugly truth in my dream.
On. Now they can hear me. Allison, we're live. Where'd she go? She's on this Twitch stream. That's where she's at. But you're here now. Bish, unmute. Grr. We are on. She doesn't. Nope. Here we go. No, I can't hear you.
Am I here?
There you are. I was
didn't even have your volume up.
It's all right. It's okay. Oh my goodness.
After many problems, we're here.
So many people. Oh, hi, buddy. This is Allison. So whether Ray gifted a tear to you, Alice, or gifted a sub to you.
Oh, thanks.
Aw, thanks, Ray. You're sweet. So thank you guys for hanging out. We already got some viewers here. How'd you guys like the Ugly Truth song, right? Like, wasn't that fucking dope? I accidentally popped up Discord in front of the video at one point and it tripped it out, but it was all right.
I didn't see it though.
What do you mean?
I didn't see when that happened.
Oh, because you have the Twitch stream on chat only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't see that.
No, we watched.
It's like, I'm like, I dyed my hair this color so I could really say like I had a blonde moment, like for real, because I couldn't see that before. Yeah. Long day.
Yeah. I'm first.
The kids make you a little crazy.
I'm sure. So that's actually one of the things. So before, that was actually on my list of things, is like how everything's going in your life right now. So I feel like, people are here for one of two reasons tonight. They love Elsie Binks and they're already here. They're a part of the channel. And thank you for always supporting Elsie Binks and all of our streams and all of our individual streams and everything going on. And then secondly, you're here because you love Allison and you love Roses on Red, or maybe you don't even know Roses on Red yet, but now you do. So Allison, with that said, if they don't know who you are, just do a little blurb. Who are you and your band for the people who don't know?
We've been together since 2007, and husband plays guitar. We have, I think, we had six albums. I can't even remember. It's been so long. We started, like I said, 2007. I've been playing in a band since I was probably 17, 2004-ish. And I did backup actually, because I had no idea what I was doing. So I did the backup thing, and then that band just fell apart.
Aww.
So what am I going to do? I freaking love playing music. I just got like a tiny little taste of it, and it just wasn't enough. So I was like, I'm going to form my own band. So got the drummer from the band I had before. It just demolished. It was awful. You know how it goes.
Yeah,
and
I
then
do.
He was like, yeah. He's like, I'll play with you. So I was like, okay. So I was like, now who the hell are we going to get to play guitar? And like my buddy down the road, I'd pick him up. He lived like a mile away, and he'd come to practice. Like it was that kind of thing. Like he didn't even have a car, but it was like, well, I need a guitar player, so let's go get him down the road. We didn't know what we were doing. It was one of those things. But that band fell apart too. But I met my husband through playing in that band with his band, and he's actually from Arkansas, and he was in a band called Vision, and my old band From All the Rest started playing with them, and then Vision split, and I was like, well, I'm doing this other little project, would you want to come play with me? And at first he was like totally against it, but he's like, we're dating, and I don't know how that would be. And I was, and it was just kind of like one of those things where I got butthurt about it, that he wouldn't play with playing in my band, because we'd been dating like probably almost a year at this point. And I was like, come on. I was like, you get with me, you'll never have to not play music ever again. Like, we will be a team throughout this, and he said, he got to thinking about it, and he was like, I could kind of live with that. So here we are now, and those bands split, and we started dating and formed Roses Unread, and we were called Blacklace before that. And this band from overseas was going to sue us if we didn't change our name, because it was already taken. And I was like, gladly, I would love to change that name, because I hated it. And I was like, yes, this is a great moment. And then just came up with Roses Unread, because we had to change the name. And it was like, nobody knows who we are again. We had to start like a new MySpace page, that kind of stuff. And we have to redo all this stuff. So, and I don't know if it was like that where you guys are, but it was hard being a female in, the rock world back, 2000, I'd say from 2007, 8 to 2013, 14, something like that. It was hard because you couldn't get any respect. It was like in Memphis and Jackson, it's like the guys just kind of looked like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Kind of thing. I don't think it's like that anymore, but when I first started, it was rough. So I always kind of felt like we were being judged, like reading a book, that, judging a book by its cover. You haven't opened it, you haven't read it yet. Or,
Mm-hmm.
a rose that hasn't bloomed, and you don't give it its full potential yet because it hasn't bloomed. So I kind of put the two together, and that made the band name. So, it's been a battle because we've had members change. I don't know how many we've had. I couldn't even tell you how many. I mean, if you start at 2007, you got to think
Yeah.
that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, my mom brought this over. I was just going to show you because it's laying right here.
Please.
This was a newspaper article, 2011. A rose grows in Haywood County.
Oh.
2011. So this was. None of these people are in my band anymore except me and John right here. Like at a Pickwick Dam, we were standing in front of the dam, and then like I don't even know. And I think our old bass player, even before this, wrote this article about us because he was on the newspaper.
Oh my gosh.
She brought that over today. I was like, what the hell? So that just shows you how many members we've been through, because that was 2011, and I'm like, yeah, none of them are here anymore. It's crazy.
And
but I know you've been
mm-hmm.
through a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, it's we haven't been around for nearly as long. Y'all started when you were a little bit younger than I did.
We had through some. Well, we had to learn how to write. I'll tell you that much. I felt like I didn't learn to write till about like a year ago.
I mean,
but
same actually.
Do it now.
I feel like the same actually. I feel like I didn't really figure out how to write well, I should say. Like write without having to rewrite a bunch of times, only like a couple years ago. I mean, Elsie Binks only started in 2015. So we're basically babies in comparison to Roses Unread. Like,
I just feel like, I'm like, God, we're old. We've been doing this since 2007. I mean, I don't feel old, and I still feel like I got a lot of oomph in me,
You do.
And especially to have it, like, to teach all day and then come home and do this. Like, we've put off kids for this band. We believe in it so much.
Yeah. And that was,
I'm
yeah.
30 next year. It's like, are you going to have kids? Are you going to have, I'm like, if you ask me that one more damn time, quit asking me if I'm having kids.
Yeah.
It makes me not want to have them, it's like, just stop. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm just passionate. I'm so passionate about my music. I can't quit giving it my all right now. I just can't. And I felt like if I brought a child into this world, I feel like I might be a little selfish, and I don't want to feel that toward a child. You know what I mean? Like, because I still want that, to do that music so much, because it just, it's like it feeds my soul. It really does. And, and I told my mom, I said, look, if I get too old and then I finally want a kid and I can't have one, I'll just adopt. I mean, like, I'll adopt a kid. Like, I mean, I'm a teacher. I mean, it's bound to happen at some point anyway. It's
right.
So I'm just, but she finally quit asking me because I got like really pissed at her one night.
Well, there's a lot of,
and I was just like, enough.
It's like, just rude. Like, don't pressure me bringing another child into the world when I know it's just not right for me right now. That's a whole other like can of worms for me.
No, I'm like, I don't even remember to give the dogs their monthly medicine, like it's on the calendar. Like, I have to remember to give the dogs their medicine. And I'm like, and I couldn't even do that with one dog. Now I have two, so it's like, what am I doing? I don't know, but she finally quit asking me.
That's good. And my parents quit asking me too at some point.
She just, well, I guess I've just given up. I said, well, I was like, you got two dogs and grand dogs. And she's like, yeah. And like, she wanted a bulldog for the longest time. Dad wouldn't let her have another one. She's had two before. We had two before this one. We had our first Daisy. She got run over.
Oh.
And then we had Gibson, named him after, Gibson guitars. And I loved that. And he just got sick, and he only lived to be about 7, and it just broke her heart. And like, mom's on Facebook and Instagram every night, just scrolling through bulldog pictures, and dad's like, what are you doing? I'm looking at bulldog pictures. So I was like, look, I adopted you a bulldog, like, and I'm taking care of it, and she gets to come over and play with it because she's right next door. But I was like, I got the closest thing I could. I got you a bulldog. And then she joked, she's like, I wish you'd take her back because she's so bad.
Oh my gosh.
But I love her. I still do love her.
Jen made a
yeah,
really good point. She says, I'm sure dudes in rock bands don't get asked when they're having kids. So
Right.
fucking true. So true.
It's just quit. And it really isn't any. It's some of the people I work with, and just relatives. Like family reunions are like Thanksgiving or Christmas. I'm like, better nobody not ask me this. Don't ask me. You ain't gonna like what I'm gonna tell you. I'm like,
pretty much.
I'm just to that point.
I make it uncomfortable for people. Well, because mine isn't so much a choice as it is my body made its choice for me. So it's like, I'm not looking for sympathy or anything. It's just like, when people ask me, it's so inappropriate to ask somebody that no matter what your reason is, I make them more uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, I can't have children. Yeah. Maybe don't ask people that. Like, I straight up go there. I'm like, it's not my fucking choice, actually. Regardless of the choice I was going to make, it's like, I pretty much just make it more uncomfortable for them. Like, don't fucking ask me. I can't have children. How dare you ask a woman that? Like, people just have no idea. And my own parents used to do it too.
My best friend at work, she's actually in some of our videos. She went through that, and people kept asking her, and she had to tell them, like, and it was really emotionally getting to her.
Yeah.
And it was to the point I was about to say something, and they finally let up, but it was just, I'm like, you just don't know what people are going through. Leave them alone.
Yep.
Just let them be.
Yeah.
Got something nice to say. Nothing at all.
There's Jen just said, it reminds me of the do you want a my doll convo? And yes, absolutely. I had a bar owner. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard this story because I think that, thank you for the follow, Psycho Flop. That's an awesome name. Somebody.
Oh, hey, I know Psycho Flop.
Oh, you know Psycho Flop. Oh, hey, thanks for coming over. I had a bar owner ask me if I needed a my doll at a place in California because I was having a really bad endo flare up, like particularly bad, and I was just barely holding it together, and I was laying in like a booth, like in the bar restaurant venue we were playing in, and I was like next to tears. I was just trying to stay okay enough to like save up spoons to do the show, like, and that was the bare minimum I could do, but like I wasn't okay, and he was legitimately just trying to be a good human, but also he just asked me if I wanted a my doll. And I was like,
I would have liked.
I fucking ripped him a new asshole. And then he went to Kevin, and I think my dad and maybe Tom was standing there. And he went to Kevin and said, I think I pissed off your singer. And Kevin came at me and was like, what the fuck did you say to him? And I was like, that motherfucker asked me if I wanted a my doll. And he was like, oh.
Yeah, I would have. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my God, things you don't say. Anybody in the chat, things you don't say to anybody. No, ma'am. It's terrible.
Or do you need a tampon? Like I'm gonna knock you out. Like,
yep.
I never hit anybody before, but you're about to be the first one. Like and it's probably not gonna hurt, but I'm still gonna hit you because I don't have much strength.
But that was so talking about kids. So one of my questions that I had for you personally, because I don't have a day job. Like this is all I do. And even since March, like I've put all my efforts into streaming. And creating music and like Elsie Binks and everything. And I haven't gigged since March. Like I don't intend to for a while. Like, and so it's like,
that's when we haven't played since March either. I'm just like, well, we played like a live thing, but there was nobody there. It was just to do a camera thing.
Yeah. But like, I think it's interesting. I wanted to hear your opinion about like, so like me. So if you guys didn't know, Trish is literally sitting right there. She's on camera. So Trish and I literally are still basically in quarantine. We have Well, she does have an essential job, except through no fault of the pandemic, that restaurant has been closed for code violations, like completely unrelated to COVID. So both of us ended up not working right now. And so we are both very, very lucky to be at home. And one of my questions for you was like, what's it like being back in school? Like you're a teacher and because we were talking about kids, like, and this is like almost another follow up. So I'll try to only keep it at these two questions. What's it been like going back to school as a teacher? And do you feel like those kids fill like any void you might feel about having kids, like being able to go be with kids all day, or is that even connected in your brain?
I think it is. I think I get my kid fix so much at school that that kind of, makes up for it
Mm-hmm.
in a way. Because I do just, I mean, I despite like paperwork and data and meetings and all that stuff, I love the kids. I really do. Like they're awesome. I mean, and then I had an option. I could have done virtual teaching, but I'm like, I don't think I'd be a good teacher being on a computer. I said, like I'm the kind of teacher that's in the classroom with that one-on-one stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna go try to do my job the best I can, wearing a mask each day, and we have plexiglass in between each student, and there's even and odd days where only 10 come and 10 come,
Wow.
and I like that. I like it, but I don't. I like it because I can just focus on those 10 because I normally have over 20,
Wow.
and it's really crazy. It's kind of like herding cats with 20 of them. It's like, you're just trying to do the best you can, but
And they're
with
how old?
10
Sorry to interrupt. How old are they?
they're 6 year
10.
olds.
What'd you say?
Six.
Oh, six.
Six.
I don't know where I got
They're
10.
itty bitty, like first graders.
Yeah.
So, and it's like all day, put your mask on, put your mask on, put your mask on. And they're wanting to eat it, throw it in the air. I'm just like, all right, Allison, maybe you could just 1 year, maybe this will all pass. Yeah, I'm just like hanging on. We're just, everybody's just hanging on at this point. Like it's just, it is what it is. And I'm just going to go and try to teach the best I can and hopefully make a difference. And if I felt like I could do that, regardless if, I taught a lesson great or not that day, did I make them feel loved? And, did I make a difference? So it pays off in the end, but I do think it does fill that void, like you said. I
Mm-hmm.
really do.
And that wasn't
And
even
like,
part of the question originally, but since we got on the topic of having kids,
but really thinking about it, like I really do think that's why I've held off not having kids for so long, because I'm so focused on my music, and they feel that void of having a kid, and because when I go, I mean, I give every ounce of myself to them, like a mom would to their kid when the kid was at home with them, and I'm like exhausted when I get home, but
yeah.
I still find some kind of way to do music. I don't, it kind of gives me, I guess it gives me a little more energy than if I didn't have it. Because if not, I'd probably be laying on the couch or playing a lot of Warcraft or just binge watching TV, but with that, I can actually do something I like, but I'm still being productive, So
Yeah.
it's just a lot. Like I feel like I constantly go, 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 go. And it's hard to slow down,
No,
but I do give myself breaks. I really do.
It doesn't seem like it.
It does, because we're seriously in that studio every night trying to just churn out something, whether if it's just one chorus or a verse in a chorus, or we get a bridge from something we were trying to do a week ago. We try to just do something every night. Like even
And it's incredibly inspiring to watch you guys work on it constantly.
oh my gosh, like I think it's because when a COVID started, I just want to play shows. I want to play shows. I want to play shows. And you're not focused on so much writing. And, you take we used to take like our little writing breaks. Let's hold off like 3 months of shows so we can write some really good songs. But with this, it's like, we haven't been a play show. So I think from when March started to now, we've written over 20 songs.
Yeah.
Like and who knows if we'll record half of them, but it's 20 good ideas to take to Dave, our producer in Memphis, and say, which ones do you think you can help us make bangers? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
which ones need more work and we maybe could come back to them, or just totally forget the idea altogether, So we have that many options. So if I have to be thankful for something with COVID, it's that we had writing time.
Honestly, same.
I really miss playing shows. Like I really do. I feel like something's missing. I don't know. I can't explain it.
I think that, for me, and I've probably really only said this in like my Patreon group because we both have Patreon groups that we tell lots of information to. Um, but I think I've probably only said this out loud to them. It's like, for me, I'm so grateful for this time that because we've just continued writing, like you've said. And I kind of desperately needed a break from gigging because all I've done, and I'm sure for you too, like all I've done for the last 10 years is gig, whether it was corporate, wedding, or rock show. All I've done since 2010 is gig. I have run myself down to the point where I had bronchitis 4 times a year because my body couldn't recover. And this is the first year I shit you not, I can't remember the last time. This is the first year and it's only November, so knock on wood. But I haven't actually been sick or had to take antibiotics this year. And gee, it's like a light bulb. Like I've been running myself down. So in a way, the pandemic has number one helped us a lot for writing, but like I needed the break from gigs. Like all I miss about gigs is networking, talking to people like you and meeting people. I definitely miss that. But like, and I don't know your guys' experience. You guys have quite a bit more presence than Elsie Banks does, like at this moment. But
well, and a lot is, gosh, we've been since 2007.
Exactly.
I mean, it's
and that makes total sense. We're
2007 probably be exactly the same way. It just time.
And for us, like we're still in that period. We're only a 5-year-old band. We're still in that period where half the shows we play, there's 10 people there, and we've busted our ass for probably 12 hours between load in, merchandising, practicing. Like busting your ass for 12 hours on a Saturday to play for 10 people who you don't get any of that money, or maybe you even paid to play at that venue. Like, it just doesn't even make sense. And we're still at the point where that happens a lot to us. And I don't know if that's true for you guys, because like I said, you have quite a bit more presence than us because you've been around longer. But I don't know. That's the part I don't miss. I really don't miss it.
We only really try to take stuff that we know is really worth it.
Yeah.
And we like our pros and cons. Okay, what about this show? Like we played one in this freaking person's backyard in Mississippi. Somebody OD'd at that show. Like, yes.
Oh fuck! I didn't know that took a turn.
Backyard, yes, but the stage was freaking awesome. Like we had like we put a one on YouTube. It's like the Kegtober show, and there was like a few hundred people out in this damn field, and they were like going crazy, like throwing beach balls, and it was just a fun show.
Yeah.
And then the girl OD'd, but like when we got there, we were like, oh gosh, should we have booked this? Because it was like 3 hours away. And,
yeah.
Is this even going to be worth it? And we got there and like ended up making a lot in merch, and it wasn't even our show. We played with a country band.
Nice.
I mean, it was just a whole mixture of genres, but they freaking loved it. And I would say, yeah, that one was worth it, but sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you played a venue enough, you can tell or not.
Yes.
So it's kind of just like, oh, we want to do this. We just played Memphis last week. We don't want to overdo it. So we just kind of pick and choose what we think's best. And I'm the kind that I want to play. Like I just, and I like you said, you've done a lot of playing.
Yeah.
With every different thing you do. And but I'm just like, I want to be on stage. I want to be on stage. And they can just kind of be like, oh yeah, I'm good with it. So they've been fine. But with me, it's just been ready to get back out there. But I'm gonna be patient.
Yeah. And I think I'm finally to the point where obviously it depends on the state of everything when that happens. But at the same time, I think I'm finally like, all right, we're writing enough music. I think for me, it was playing the same goddamn hour set that we'd been playing for like 2 or 3 years. And we would like sprinkle in the couple of new songs here and there, but we hadn't really done a new set in so long that like, I'm like, fuck it. I don't want to play again until we have like 45 new minutes of music. Like, I don't know. Like, And all of
As
that
it
was
gets,
written with other band members, and I think for a part of it, and I'm not really terribly afraid to say this, is that some of that is a connection to band members that I don't necessarily want to think about anymore. And every time I do a set, I have to think about them because they helped write this song, and I don't know that anybody really connects that. I've said that about there's two separate songs that we've now outlawed. What?
so now I totally know what you mean, and like just certain songs, and then some that I even probably wrote about a band member that I don't want to play anymore. Just or just throwing it out, not meaning to, but it just subconsciously happened in those lyrics. Just
Uh-huh.
those things. But yeah, like we've done that because it's like, man, I don't want to play this song anymore. Like it doesn't even really define us anymore as who we are with the lineup we have, because it
Yes.
almost doesn't change you completely, but it's like a new thing, and you want to evolve from that old stuff. But then you
Yes.
have people that you're gonna play that song tonight, and you're like, what do you tell them if it's not in the set? I mean, we've got one girl in Jackson. She's got like lyrics of "Better Off" tattooed on her shoulder in my handwriting. So every time we play Jackson, by then we got to play that song, or
Yeah.
she's like throwing, So it's like some of them we have to kind of keep in the set, even though we really would like to move them forward
Yeah.
and move them.
We two of our so we had, oh hey Kev, hey, I've been like reading the chat, but yeah, we did a show once in a backyard and it was so not worth our time. It was like an hour away. It wasn't 3 hours away, luckily. It was like an hour away and it was so stupid and it rained. We couldn't even set up merch. Like it was
It
literally,
was
and our RV battery fucking died while we were there. And
yeah.
luckily, yeah, or no, not the battery. I think it was the starter. Was it the starter that didn't work? And we had to replace the starter on the property to get home. It was so stressful. But what I was going to say was two of our songs, we've officially been like, we're not going to rehearse them anymore. We're not going to play them anymore. And I've told people out loud why. And it kind of stops them. It's unfortunately, it's kind of a bully mentality, but at the same time, it's like it put it to rest. I told them why I don't want to play it. I'm like, it reminds me of this person, and I don't want to relive it every single time I play it. I don't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't feel good for me to sing this song because of the people that are associated. I did say bully mentality because it like inherently like manipulates that person into not liking that song anymore. I want them to love that song, and if they have a relationship to that song, I don't want to wreck that relationship they have with that song, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it hurts somebody to know if in this exact case, like for them to understand that like my relationship to the song is terrible? Do you think that that affects their relationship to the song? Like, I don't know. I've never really asked myself that question.
No, because I'm just trying to like thinking of example of like one of ours I'm like you, I just don't want to play any. Oh no, okay, so perfect example. I mean, Zai, the one I wrote about my student that passed away.
Yeah.
Like everybody loves that song, but I can't play it live. I can't, and like and I don't want to like be mean about it or say like, why don't you play Zai? And I can't, and
Yeah.
and when I say that, they understand that, but I guess if it's about like somebody like in a different situation that
Yeah.
don't want to think about in that way, and I play Zai all the time. I can't do it live. Like I
Can't
did it one
perform it.
time at our CD release party, and I was like, never again. It was just too much. I was like, I couldn't even hardly finish it. I was like, this is too much.
Yeah.
And then the family, they heard it, and they love it, and they were like, thank you for doing this tribute to him.
Oh.
So we do like a birthday thing like every year for him. And we went out to the gravesite, and they were like, will you sing this song? And I'm like,
No.
what?
Right.
And in some kind of way, I did about half of it.
Wow.
But I was so just shaken. I think I started off in the wrong key. I was just so but I did it, and it satisfied them, and it was okay. And I was just like, I didn't even care. I got it. I did it. I got it. And I
Yeah.
had to talk at the funeral. It's been a lot, but it did help to write that song, and I'm glad it did help some other people too. It's just. I'm like you just can't do it live. You just can't. It's just a different thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
because you don't want to shut down in order to perform it. But that's what you have to do. Whether it's about somebody who was close to you that you lost, or whether in my case it's somebody who did real actual like mental trauma to me.
Uh-huh.
Who I still we joke about it as a band when I start saying things and they know exactly why I'm saying something because I was treated one way for so long, and they're like, "Okay, it's not like that and you know it, but it's just what happens sometimes." And that's
Just got a little past trauma from it. I
right.
do the same thing. I know like the guys I have now like would never do that to me. Like
Yeah.
that's just how this band, this group we have is just a totally different feel. Like my drummer dates my best friend. It can't get even weirder than, that. And it's just, I don't know. We just have a different trust, I guess. And I have to tell myself, it's not like that. It's not like that. Quit worrying about it. It's okay, and it's just stuff that makes you think that way.
It does. And I think this year finally we really talked about it like as a band, like this is why I react this way, or this is why I do not want to play the song anymore, and please stop asking. Like,
Yeah.
like and holding on and Say You Will are two of those, and it's just like people love them, and I just emotionally they bring up too much trauma, and I don't know how long I don't know that that's ever going to go away. And it's just too hard to, like I said, you gotta like numb yourself, and you don't want to do that on stage. That's the last thing you want to do is numb yourself to get through a song.
And especially like with a song with like Zai. Oh my gosh, like that's and I don't want to be numb to that situation. I want to just accept it and celebrate his life, and and there's some purpose that I don't know about yet for a while that happened, but it's like I'll just be okay with it and at peace with it, and know he's in a better place, and bringing that back up, you don't, like you said, you don't want to numb it, but you don't want to relive it either.
Yeah, so. It's hard. I mean, it's Lance said replace with Goddess. Oh, don't you worry. Goddess is like a permanent replacement for like everything. Don't worry. We all love that song. It is an EBX favorite. 100%. I'm trying to keep up with like the German conversation happening right now, but Trish is keeping up with it, I think. I see you translating stuff in the chat, and I'm like, what in the hell? Hey, super cool, Matthew.
I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
I see it now.
Let's see. I'm reading super cool Matthew's comment. Everyone has different connection to music. Personally, I'd be fine with the musician telling why a certain song will not be played live. Alice Cooper said he will not perform Generation Landslide because it's a studio-only song. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely situational. It depends on what the reason is, but it's something that it's hard for me to break. Like, people want to feel any way they want to feel about a song, and what's cool is I have a really good example of that I will share with the group. Sugar Dog is one of our songs from That's What She Said, and it's about a toxic girl, like sisterly relationship I used to have. I still have that relationship. It's not toxic anymore, but it was when we were in high school. And we are sisters to each other. We grew up together, and I wrote it about her. And obviously I don't feel that way anymore. And I haven't for a long time. It's a joke now, but one of our good friends and fans, asked me one day what it was about. He's like, it's my favorite song. What's that song about? So I told him, and he was like, oh, and I was like, well, you asked why? And he goes, actually, like, for me, and he seemed off put by what it was about, but for him, it meant totally something different. It meant, it was talking about his ex-wife who he went through a terrible divorce with. And his reaction to me telling him it wasn't maybe it felt like it was a reaction that it wasn't about an ex partner for me, and that it was about something that still is relevant, where I still love my sister and we've moved past it, and that it wasn't about an ex partner who was toxic. He was like, oh, like, but for him, it's about his ex-fiance or ex-wife, I think. But she never even sang backup on Sugar Dog. No, I don't think, well, maybe she did. I don't know. But yeah, the perspective that he had, if he were in the chat, I would totally, actually, no, maybe I wouldn't. He would probably be like, it was me. But yeah, I think depending on the song, it can be harmful or not for the person, the fan, to know what the real meaning of it is. But I don't know, it's so personal. It really depends on the person.
Rocky, our drummer, he said when somebody asked him that, he said, he asked them, what do you think it's about first? So he didn't tell them what it's about. He's like, I want to know what you think it's about. And then, so he kind of gets their point of view. And then no, he said sometimes he didn't even tell them what it was about. He just asked them, what do you think it's about?
And so that's what it's about.
Rocky, I was going to be like, it's probably because you didn't even know, because Rocky doesn't write lyrics.
That's fantastic.
He was trying to help us the other day, and we were just like, stick to drumming.
Oh.
We're so mad at each other. We made it with love, though. We really do. We just talk a bunch of shit to each other and see how long we can make it last and how we can take it. It's like almost every weekend. It's awful. But you got to make fun of them, because if not, they'll make fun of me and Whitney, and we don't put up with it, so we just throw it right back at them. And they don't like it. But you just have to deal with it. It is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly. But oh man, I accidentally closed my list. What's funny is we've made it through almost everything I had in my talk topics, just like organically. It's the best part.
We just been, well, I think it's because our journey's the same too, so it's easy to talk about, just bring up things because our journeys are the same.
Yeah. And so like I'll tell the chat this. Allison already knows this because I had put it in her Patreon group. We'll talk about our Patreons.
Always get up.
What?
I'm always like, I gotta get my Patreon's gifts or my patrons' gifts. I'm like, which one is it?
I know. Patreon. Patreone. Patreon. That's how I read that, Dave Anarchy. Oh, that's plural, not Italian. Plural. Patreone. But so one of the things I had mentioned in Allison's Patreon group on Facebook is, it's not the plural. I lied. Is that people, and I don't know, like, do you think, well, actually, this is a good question for you, Allison. Like, people tend to do reaction videos of your music videos. Like, are these particular YouTubers that tend to do that? Or is this just a thing that happens? Like, y'all are that fucking popular.
Well, there's like been a few that have been fan requested, and a few that like I've found and I've just hit up and I'd say, hey, would you mind checking out my video? And sometimes people are just like, fuck off, and then they'll be like, okay, we'll send it, and I think like once I got a few to do that, then more started happening.
Oh.
So it's just kind of like, I don't know, I'll just send you a list of some of the people I have, and then like when y'all get a new one, just be like, hey, just want to check out our video, and just, you can name drop me and say Allison said to come your way, or I don't give a shit.
Yes.
but yeah, I'll get that list for you, and it's all the people we've been chatting and try to actually get their real names on Facebook. But that's what I do. I just, whenever we get a new one, I'm like, would you be willing to check it out? If not, and then like some people make you want, like, pay me $30, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm a folk musician. But like, but some people actually are nice, and they're like, yeah, cool, I'll check it out. I mean, some people never respond. So, but I think once I got a few to check it out, the more they started happening.
Yeah, I noticed you post. Not a lot, but like there's a real interest in that.
I mean, the video's only been out, like, we dropped it a few days before Halloween, I think. It's like the Thursday before.
I think it said a week ago when I opened it on YouTube.
It already hit like 20K. I was like, what the hell? This is crazy. I mean, like, some of the other videos don't have that much, and we put them out years ago. I'm like, I don't get it. It's like, but I honestly, as a musician, feel like I'm writing better music than I used to, and I've kind of found myself in my voice and how I want my music to be. And it just took me the right steps and the right members to find like what we needed to be, and now I've got the vision in place, and it's like now I can finally do these things that I couldn't do before.
Yeah.
So you know, I love it.
I feel like that's our group of the current lineup of EBX. I feel like that's finally true for us too. And I think sometimes it's about the people in the band. I mean, not sometimes. It's always about the people in the band.
It is. It's and like we've been a 5 piece a few times. We just couldn't do it. Like we could not get schedules together.
Mm.
It was like one person was always doing, but with this group, with just four, it's like Sunday practice, and we get together. We haven't been doing it every Sunday, but normally before COVID, that was like the day.
Mm-hmm.
And or if we played shows, we would just worry about rehearsing the next weekend if we didn't have another show. But
Yeah.
with this, it's just it's just been more of that, and I don't know, it just works. It just works, and I'm happy it works because it's like about damn time having a.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you how many members we've gone through. It's
Right.
insane.
That it's well, and that's a long period of time. You've been at this for 13, almost 14 years with this particular, just everything, like the same mentality.
It's wild to think about, like, and it just, I mean, it is, you just keep doing something, you keep believing in it, it will, it'll pay off. I mean, and I still feel like there's still room to grow. I'm sure you feel like that too. There's always room to grow, and but I feel like with this lineup we can before than I ever have.
Yeah.
No, it's
when people don't want to change and evolve, that's when you become unhappy as the people that do want to change and evolve. And I feel like everybody in our current lineup is like so fucking ready to continue and make new music. And we're all like on top of, Phil and Darren are constantly at the studio recording drums and bass. And then Johnny does his stuff at home. Jen does her stuff at home. She did a bunch of shit last night on the stream, but her and Phil had a stream at the studio and she got a bunch of shit done for Demons, a new one. And like then once all those pieces are together, I sit here and do my vocals at home. And we're a good team. And I don't think that any of those things would have happened if the things hadn't happened in the order that they've happened at this point. We wouldn't be able to do this right now. Like all of these things have happened for a reason. We do get along very, very well. Get along with each other very well. We love each other. I love you. Oh, I never said thank you for the follow. Soul Wound. That's like an epic name.
it is.
Thank you for your follow though. I missed it. I see it in the chat though. Thank you. But to build on that, I wanted to do a reaction video to your new music video, and I had said that to you, and you're like, "Yeah, do that." And then I was like, "Hey, do you want to do a chat night?" And then I was like, "Hey, maybe I should do a live reaction video." Which I think would be super cool. So it's going on 8:00. I think it might be a good time to do that. So, tell us a little bit about really whatever you want to say about the song or about the video or whatever you want to say about this video we're about to react to.
Oh, it's called Lying to Yourself, and we filmed it, gosh, about a month ago, I think. We used like this almost like a big white room. That's all it was. Like they stored stuff in it, and our camera guy, he was like, "I got this white room. It'll be perfect. We'll just rent some cool lights." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm down. Y'all just tell me what to do," because I've in the past had to do our videos and say, "This is gonna happen. You're gonna do this," and I'm like, "I'm done playing director. Like this is not for me." I was like, "So we got to get somebody else." And December, she's the girl that takes all those crazy pictures of me.
Yeah.
Like just the witch ones, and then the one where I have like that crazy bowl in my head. Like she just has all these insane ideas, and I'm just like, "Tell me what to do and I'll do it. I'll be your little model or whatever." And we have fun with that. But she was our art director for The Ugly Truth also.
Okay, which I fucking love the aesthetic of that video. If I haven't said that a million times, oh my God.
All that. Like,
I
that's
love
all
it.
her. Like all that stuff, like the things with the faces covered and the with the water hose, like everything in that video. She was like, "You're going to be doing this," and each scene was trying to convey loneliness. Like me on the bed, the wind was blowing, the shot just looked completely lonely, that kind of thing. And she's like, that's, that's what the song's about. Somebody feeling lonely, needing their person, but they're doing and running around doing God knows what, and
Yeah.
so she's like, we're like, we can't do it in a house because we've already done that with like Better Off. We don't want it to be exactly like this. So like somebody's cheating or somebody's breaking, that kind of thing. We've already done that. So she was just like, let's take my pictures and like make them almost look like little, like almost like cinematics, just little things moving in the pictures, but nothing's really happening. It's just conveying that emotion. And we're like, okay, totally cool. Something we've never done before. We're always performing. And so we're like, we don't want to do that. But when Lying to Yourself comes up and they start, bouncing all these ideas off each other. And December asked me, she's like, what's the song about? So I can get started with trying to do this art direction. And I said, well, it's about having like a personal battle within yourself and, pretty much knowing you're making mistakes, but, you're in that battle with yourself. So it's hard to get out of that and feel better about yourself, but you keep making them, just having that inner battle. And I was like, I don't know how to kind of make this different from Rapture either, because Rapture is kind of the same content, just I went through a lot of self hate, and I've been trying to get out of that. And those songs play a lot of lyrically how I felt. And I told her that, and she was like, and Rocky came up with the idea of somebody fighting somebody else while we're performing. And I was like, I really like that idea, but I need to make it, be relative to the song lyrics in the song, like the meaning behind it. And I said, what if we got twins and we made the twins fight each other? So it looks like the person's fighting themselves. And I'm
Yeah.
like, but where the hell are we gonna find twins? And I text December and I was like, this bitch can find a coffin. She can find twins, I'm like, December, I need some twins. You got me a bathtub, a coffin. We need the twins now. She found two twins that could actually freaking wrestle and fight. They were on the wrestling team at high school.
Oh my
Like they
gosh.
did training and they were perfect for it. So it really looks like the person's in battle with himself. And the funny thing was it came out like I think when the big election thing went down, same night, and we didn't even realize it. We had one in red and one in blue. The guys fought each
Oh,
other. And when it came out that night, somebody was like hinting at like the election. I was like, no, we had no idea. It was just
right.
two emotions, like red and blue, like red being the anger and blue being the calm. But it came out like the same damn day and they're in red and blue. I was like, oh shit, what have we done? Like I didn't even expect, that. And somebody said it, pointed it out in the YouTube thing. And I was like, oh shit. But nobody ever said anything else about it. But I did think that was kind of strange.
Yeah.
But I never thought that until that person said that. But
Huh.
but yeah, they did awesome with it. Her and Alan. Alan was the same one that filmed Ugly Truth. So they were just like a really good team, and it was just us and December's mom, and then I had Whitney, of course, and then we hired a makeup girl and the wrestler guys, and we did it. But it's there's little things from the Ugly Truth there that are in the other video too.
Mm.
So if you watch The Ugly Truth, which y'all whoever's in here has, there's just notice there's things that were in that video that are in this video too.
Okay, that's good because I did sit here like watching it and jamming to it. So I just saw it again. And I wish I had done it. I wouldn't have ever thought about it. Like, I wish I would have done a reaction video to Ugly Truth because I legit had like a reaction to that video. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, the aesthetic is so pleasing. I probably screamed.
Well,
Like,
like they did such a good job with it. Like it gave me chills on the part where like the little things like the curtains coming over or the sheets coming over. Even my mom was like, "That's so freaking eerie," and I was like,
yeah.
"That I know." I'm like, I don't know how they made us do that. It just looks. It was all her though. She's so good with that shit. Like I'm like, you're gonna be doing everything I do. Like you're gonna be doing
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Not getting rid of me.
yeah, no, fucking brilliant. It's all brilliant. So with that, I'm gonna do a live reaction video, if you will, to this song. Allison, if you talk, they will hear you. So just so you know, I'm not gonna mute your audio because it's way too much work. But I'm gonna play this video and I'm like like Darren did this talk show thing that he's doing every Sunday now, by the way, on Darren Curtis Drums. And what's funny is I've been wanting to do this with you now for how many weeks? How many weeks have you been talking about this?
Oh, it's been,
And
gosh.
so I feel
Over.
like I'm using Darren's show on Sunday as like a jumping point to make sure he showed me how to use studio mode in Streamlabs, and this is the first time I'm using it, and it's kind of fucking with my brain. I think he'll appreciate that. I'm actually using studio mode for the first time ever tonight. So I'm like prepping myself out loud. Okay.
I don't even know that. I'm like, sure, you're using it. I don't know what it is. But.
Yeah, it's hard. You can preview this whatever you want to preview on one side, and you can see the live stream on the other side. So it's yeah. So it's awesome. Thanks, Darren. It's hard. It's awesome, but it's hard. All right, so I'm gonna transition over, and we're gonna watch. Lying to Yourself? I was gonna say Lying to the Truth because ugly truth. All right.
Lying to the truth.
Here we go. And play. Get it, John. Oh my God, that's so creepy.
You look for love in all the wrong places. Victim to
Grr.
the night.
Where's your eyebrows? There they are.
You search for peace 'cause you're in pieces.
I love it.
Wounded from the fight.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
You think you're fine on your own.
The outfits are so gaga. So gaga. Yes.
You lost inside, can't make it home.
That was so Evanescence. That shit underneath. I haven't listened to this song either, by the way.
Hidden from the light.
Allison, your hair is so long.
Clinging to illusions, a tangled web of lies. You think you're fine on your own.
There's a theme with having beds in your videos.
You lost inside, can't make it home.
Oh, was that a camera that went down? Oh shit. I love that synth part. Oh my God. Oh, all the synths. All of it. So good.
You think you're
Ew.
fine on your own. You lost inside, can't make it home.
Your voice is so high, Allison. I love it. It sounds so good. It cuts like a knife through the mix.
You lost inside, can't make it home.
Oh my God, it's over? Oh my God, no. Oh, it's so creepy. Oh my God, that's so creepy. Namaste.
A short song.
It is a short. I still got to switch back over so they can see you. Oh my God, I love that. Oh my God.
Thanks. We had to perform that
Trisha's still
40
clapping.
times.
How many times?
We had to perform 40 times.
40.
They made us do 40. Do you know how fucking tired I was? I was like when I got done, I was like,
Yeah.
and then I couldn't even hold my neck from headbanging because I mean, 40 times. It,
But I will say
ooh.
the synchronicity, is that a word, of you guys performing that together, I honestly, you probably needed every one of those 40 takes. Like, no offense. Like, it's not like it wasn't rehearsed, but like, it was so incredibly in sync.
It was bam. I mean, and I was and she had me in these damn heel things like this big, and I'm trying to headbang, and I'm like, I'm about to fall over because I wear flats on stage. I like flat boots. I don't wear,
Yeah, same.
like not like wedges or anything like that. And I was trying to find my balance while having to keep synchronated like that. And I'm thinking, and I got whiplash. I couldn't even hold my head up the next day.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
awful.
It looks
I
so
guess I
good
should.
though.
It was worth it. It was worth it, but it wore us out though. But the good thing about it was we really didn't have to load that much equipment. It would,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't. It was just like a little ramp. It wasn't bad at all. And but I had to redo my makeup. Like I think she had to redo it like 6 times
I bet.
because
You're
after
sweating it
40
off.
times sweating, and she had to do my hair. And then yeah, December had me in 6 different outfits. So there's 6 outfits in that video.
I
They're
only
all very similar, but
I only noticed two different outfits, which is just saying, well, does it count? Like, because I noticed one outfit you had a coat on and you had a coat off. Or was it a
there was
whole
a coat
separate
on.
outfit?
It was just 6 different. Like there was the
Totally
coat
different.
one with it. There was the one with the little sleeve things that came up and the buttons down. There
Mm-hmm.
was one that was like um that plush, what is that stuff called, pleather, like
Yeah.
that black pleather that's kind of shimmery or sparkly or whatever the word is. And then there was one with the belts around, and there was a little zipper thing. I mean, there's so I can't. There was like one more. I can't even remember it. It was. I was like, I thought the Ugly Truth had a lot of outfits. This
It was stunning. Everything about that video was
good.
stunning.
They did so good. It was just. It was a long day, but you got shit done. It was a long day.
So like,
Long.
so I noticed the bed and the phone. Those were same from Ugly
The
Truth.
bed, the bed, yeah, the phone, the clock.
Oh, the clock. I didn't even notice the clock.
On the one, the Ugly Truth, there was a shot on the Ugly Truth that zooms on that clock, and like the guys turn their heads and the clock moves. It's like one of the freakiest parts of that video for the Ugly Truth. Like, cause it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of a little out there too for like a love song. It's got a kind of feel to it. And people are always like, "What's the casket for?" I'm like, "That's like the love's died. Like she's fucking over it. It's
Bye.
love, gone." And because at first I was like, can we use that casket for anything? My morbid brain, like us, we like our spooky stuff. I
I
was
was
like,
gonna
let's put that.
say, we're just spooky. It's not morbid, it's spooky.
I can't help it. I'm like, I'm just drawn to that stuff. I can't explain it. And I'm just like, I want the damn casket in the video. The coffin's got to go in there, and we made it work. And that ended up being one of my favorite shots because the wind was blowing those trees so pretty. It's just like you couldn't recreate that. It was one of those things. But they're just awesome to work with, and they're a great team. And they haven't even known each other that long. They met like in a photographer forum on Facebook or a
Oh,
group, and then started working together. And those were the first 2 videos they ever did, pretty much. Like they did like
wow.
small stuff, but like, for like, I guess for like the equipment they have now and things like that, and like how they've grown and stuff, that was like they're legit. Like this is really our first video. And then another band wanted to get with them after they saw that one because they liked it so much. So he got them some more business. So I was like, hey, I'm totally awesome working with y'all because they know what they're doing. They really do.
And they've clearly invested in their cameras and their equipment.
Oh yeah, I mean December, she's got like a really good setup, and she doesn't hardly ever use flash. I mean, she's just so natural with it,
Hmm.
and I don't know, she just has like this creative vibe, like with pictures. I've just never seen pictures like. I mean, you need to. I'll show you her Instagram, and if you like
Yes.
creepy, almost all her stuff is creepy pictures. Like
Yes.
it's awesome, awesome.
Yes. Yeah, definitely send me that and or anybody else. And I wanted to say bye, Blumenfaust. Thank you for hanging out. If anybody else left and I didn't say bye, I'm sorry. Oh, Darren said I'll have to have Allison on Bands Across the Water in the future. Yes. So Darren is doing
What's
on
that?
what?
So what is that?
Okay, so it just started this past week. So it's not like it's been like, okay, you've been missing out for 6 months. He did his first episode ever this past Sunday, and it's going to be a thing. So it's his show. It's basically what we're doing and featuring bands on his show. That's the channel right there, Darren Curtis Drums. And every other week, he's doing a band from America and then a band from Canada because he is Canadian. He actually has dual citizenship, I believe, but he is Canadian. And he only started coming over to the U.S., I believe, in the last 5 to 10 years, I believe. I'm sure he'll correct me. Somewhere in that general vicinity. But he's Canadian, and he has a lot of Canadian friends. And he did his first show with one of his Canadian band friends, Abandoned Souls, this past Sunday. And it went off pretty fucking seamlessly. Like, it was kind of a test run, but it went off really, really well. And he had a pretty solid audience the whole time. Oh, thank you, New York Angel Stevie. 2013. So yeah, I nailed it between
There
seven,
she goes.
between 5 and 10 years. I nailed it. 2013. So Darren's been both for a few years here. But yeah, it's really fun. And what he said above was he should have you on his show. I 100% agree. He's a great host.
Then him and John could do cool stuff.
I'm surprised John didn't just
John
sit down and like be like, okay, I'm a part of the show now.
He loves to talk. Like I might just let him do that one, and they can just have a field day talking about music and gear and everything else. Like that's just up his alley. He would love that.
Yeah,
We'll make that happen soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Darren will probably reach out to you now that we're having this conversation. But
yeah, well.
Oh, go ahead.
I was waiting on you.
Sorry. The lag is just enough to where it's like, oh,
yeah.
Yep.
Like we're dancing, like people are trying to get past each other and they're dancing. They're like, oh, you go this way, you go. That's like we are right now.
Like when you're at a grocery store and you're like, oh, no, you're good. Oh.
You're like, no, you go that way. No, let me go this way.
That's us on camera.
Like yesterday.
Yeah. But anyway, so order of operations here. So I want to talk about our Patreons. So Allison had this really fucking cool idea to do a live tarot reading. And then I was like, I've literally never had a tarot reading before in my life. So I was still really, no, I know that, Jen loves it. I have zero experience with it.
Jen's the other night.
Did you?
Yeah, and I went live in the Rose Garden on Halloween because I had to do something spooky because I didn't get to do anything spooky. So I was like, I'm fixing to get in here and read somebody's tarot. Then she popped up in there, and I was like, I'm fixing to read your tarot, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, so I definitely want to do that. I've never had tarot cards read before. I texted you about it, Erin. I probably fucking missed it because my whole life is missing and not read. I'll read something, but like not really read it. Like I read it.
Hey, why do you think I'm Allison unread? Like literally, I have like, okay, real quick. Here's I don't know if you can see this or not.
Sometimes even though I responded, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I don't retain the knowledge.
Right there.
Oh my God.
Email's 43,000 and something. 43,000.
Oh my gosh, Allison. But it was late Saturday.
I'm really bad at it.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. And if I have anything unread anywhere, I'm like, I have to click on it. I have to. It drives me nuts.
A little...
Huh?
I said, are you OCD a little bit about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm OCD really bad, but not about my inbox for whatever reason. But everything else has to be in its certain place, and it can't be here. Like it's bad. It's
like all the blankets on your couch and the pillows and.
Yeah, everything has to be in its place. Like I have to know exactly where it is. And I do this thing sometimes if I'm putting my makeup on and like and John's driving, I'm like doing my makeup, and I'm taking the visor down, and when I put it back up, I have to tap it 3 times. Why?
Oh,
I don't know, but I have to tap it 3 times. Now that's some OCD shit right
yes,
there.
yes, it is.
I don't really. I used to do the doorknobs, but I don't do them anymore. I don't know. It's something I've always struggled with a little bit. It's gotten better with age. Like when I was younger, it was way worse. I think it's something I kind of grew out of, but I think it was just like a nervous habit, this nervous tick habit kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Can't explain. Can't explain it.
Yeah, I had a roommate once that had to flip the lights on and off 17 times before she could go to bed. So that's
Like, hell, glad I just tap it 3.
and it's not like counting a bunch of things.
1, 2, 3. But yeah, every time I do that, I have to tap it. I don't know why.
Huh. Well,
no clue in my mind.
I feel like we've learned a lot about you today. And they've learned a lot about me too, but I've learned a lot about you today.
OCD, it's a little. I mean, like I said, it's better, but there for a while, it was kind of like getting to the point like I might need to go see about this. Like,
right.
but it was my anxiety doing it, making it worse, and my anxiety calmed down, and so did that. So it. You go through shit, go through stages.
Aw, thank you, New York Angel Stevie.
You're so sweet. She said that's legit OCD. It is. I'm telling you, it's bad. It's like other things like I don't care about. Like my car's a little messy. I don't care. Like that kind of thing. Or but like in my closet, like everything's where it has to be, and it's like thou shall not go in there and don't fuck my shit up, please. It's like that. And Whitney will be like, I'm fixing to get some out of your closet. I'm like, no, you're not. Like. That's my OCD. It's like not me. That's just me. Like, no, you're not freaking going in there. I don't know why.
Just certain things. Like, it's not consistent, though.
It's not consistent, though.
Huh.
I think it's because my anxiety's high. I get like that. And when it's low, I'm like, I don't care. But when it's high, I'm just like, every little thing's just pointing out to me. I don't know.
Yeah, like it bothers you on just a functioning level.
I can't explain it. I'm just going to blame anxiety. It's just, I
mean, it makes the most sense.
I mean, it really does, because it's like when I feel like things are not in control, I have to make them in control, because when my anxiety's high, I feel like I don't have any control over anything. And not that the world's going to come to an end, but you have that feeling like, you just can't breathe and the walls are caving in sometimes. And, it's just, you feel like you got to control something, I guess. And that's my way of my brain trying to control it without me even knowing,
Yeah.
Wild to think about.
It's a very therapized perspective for you to come from. Very therapized and probably correct.
I've just, like I said, I've just kind of grown to deal with it and accept it and know that it's not so bad that I can't function. It happens every now and then.
Yeah.
So I can deal with that.
Just fucking deal with it. That's hard.
Oh, that is shit. It's like that annoying friend that won't go away.
It's like your invisible pretend friend, your imaginary friend, but it's not imaginary. Creepy.
Imaginary. It's just a dick.
Go away, you dick.
It is a dick, though. It really.
For real, though. Anxiety in general is a dick. Like, it's just fuck you.
It is. It just comes up out of nowhere. You can be fine one minute and the next, like, what happened?
Right.
I don't know.
100%.
That's why, I have my music, and I'm sure you feel that way, too. You just let it out that way, and you feel better, and if I didn't have that, I might be a little crazy. Like, legit. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Hey, producer Kevin. I believe.
Let's say maybe not.
Producer Kevin is.
I have imaginary.
Is Jasmine's husband, right? Yes. Jasmine Kane's husband. Hi. Hey.
Really? Hey, we played with Jasmine Kane a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, quite a few times.
I kind of forgot that they're in the same state as you.
Accent, yeah. I remember the first time I went and saw them, like, she was playing bass, and I was like, damn, she's good. It was like a little bar in Jackson, and she was playing like Ozzy, and then she had like her own songs that were just amazing, and I just blew me away. And then we played with them a few times, but they started doing all the rallies and the motorcycle rallies and the Sturgis and all that.
Oh.
So I hadn't seen her in a long time, but I did catch her Twitch, and I was like, "Hey, you're just dropping in."
Dude, she's amazing. Her voice is fucking phenomenal. Her voice stresses me out a little bit because of her rasp. I'm like, oh my God, is it gonna last? But like for me, if my voice sounds like that, it means I need to stop singing soon.
But she controls it so well. Like
she really does. And it sounds so good. And producer Kevin, you're gonna appreciate this. Before we watched your show on Jasmine's channel, Twitch, Trish didn't have a mic on the show. She doesn't have a mic on the show tonight. But normally when it's just me and I'm playing music, she sits here. This is her mic actually. Hey. She sits here and she has a mic all to herself. And you guys were the first people we saw do that. And I was like, you know what? You really should have a mic because it's more annoying when you're saying something off screen and nobody else can hear you and I'm talking to nobody. And you should just have a mic, and now we can't go back. And I feel like you guys, producer Kevin and Jasmine, definitely had something to do with that. So thank you for doing what you do. And that setup is really super cool, and I appreciate it. And it's transformed our show. Trish having a mic is the best, worst thing that's ever happened. And she doesn't have a mic tonight. You just hear her in the background because this is a condenser mic. If she yells loud enough, you can hear her, though.
Dang! Sorry, I was reading. My bad.
She has headphones in, so she's actually listening to the stream. Oh no, you're listening to us.
I'm listening to you guys.
No, she's directly actually hooked into the computer. Yeah, no, she's hooked into the computer. So yeah, you guys are awesome, Jasmine and Kevin. Thank you for doing what you do. You guys put on a hell of a Twitch show. I love it. But with that. So what do we want to do? So, Allison, you also had this really good idea, and I already watched all the videos. Maybe I'll put up another video. So she had an idea to do sub wars or biddy wars, and whoever gifts the most subs and cheers the most bits would get an autographed printout, an autographed photo from either both of us. Like, I don't know how we would pick which one though. Like, would they both get a winner? Like, I don't know. Like. We brainstormed about it briefly, and then I had to eat dinner, and we were here. So like it was so fast. I don't know.
Dinner too.
Like I was streaming all day on my channel, playing video games, and so like I don't know. Should we do it today, or maybe we should do it next time? I don't know. But we definitely want to do this again. Between this channel and Allison's channel. Like, we definitely need to do it again.
We should do it to prepare them and just like to let them know next time we are definitely doing that.
Yeah, maybe that's the best thing to do. Because it's like, I feel like it's going to be haphazard if we do it on this one.
Yeah. We'll do it next time.
Next time. We'll plan a next time. Don't worry, guys. We are still on lockdown. So before we get into spooky tarot reading,
I'm not on that.
No, that's
fair.
Well,
I'm not on lockdown.
But in the meaning of like we're not traveling for gigs and gigging constantly, like.
Yeah.
So at least I know that like you guys stream on your channel a whole lot. If you guys haven't followed Allison Unread yet, go fucking follow her. Also, I see the Jasmine Kane shout out there. Go follow Jasmine too because they're awesome. But Allison goes live all the time. Either they're literally working on music in their home studio, and she's singing, or they're producing, guitars, or creating synth lines or whatever, or she's sitting there playing guitar because she's adorable like that. It's super. I actually lurked in on you for a while yesterday. Was it yesterday? When were you playing guitar? Was it yesterday?
Day before.
Oh.
It was the day before. Wait, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. It's all running together. It was yesterday. Yeah.
I
was practicing it up enough. Like I don't pick it up enough. Like I need to.
But you sounded really good. I don't know what I was doing, but I was sitting here lurking, and I didn't say anything because I was busy and I didn't want to get pulled into the chat. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes on Twitch, it's just better to lurk and not say anything because then it's like, oh no, I need to actually get some shit done and I can't engage with the chat
Dang.
or else I won't get my shit done. And I don't know what I was doing, but I needed to get shit done. So I didn't say anything, but I was lurking and you sounded really good. I think your guitar practicing is coming along.
I've only been like really playing like maybe a year and a half. I don't play as much as I should though, but I usually just use it as a writing tool. I'm like, I'm not going to use it for gigs or anything. I'm just
Right.
writing and messing around. Just kind of go at my own pace, but I need to not neglect it so much because my fingers start feeling it. I'm like, ooh, I can
Oh,
tell I
yeah.
haven't played. I need to do this like at least 20 minutes every day. And then trying to sing along with it to, I mean, I've picked up a guitar since I was little and like off and on, but never really sat and tried to actually do it. And I was like, you got a guitar, you might as well freaking do it. And then I started playing my Taylor and it just wasn't loud enough. So then I got the Larrabee, and Larrabees are freaking expensive as hell. But I saved up my money and I found one like really, really good price. It was $800. But
girl.
they go for like up to like $1,500. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm getting that guitar. I was like, I've got to. And I don't think the person before me ever really used it. So it's in like great condition.
Well,
And I
good for
freaking love it.
you. That's amazing. I don't even have an
was
acoustic
a
guitar
big-
right now.
I've had like not like the best ones, but I was fine. Like if I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna get a guitar to do it. And if I get this good guitar, that's incentive that you got this guitar. You better learn how to play it because you just dropped all that damn money on it. So that's what I did. I was like, I just dropped $800 on this Larrabee. I'm fixing to try my best to learn how to play it.
That's
So it's
honestly,
still
that's
a
how
work in
I
progress.
That's how I have felt
Thanks.
about all the stuff between me and Trish. We've bought like thousands of dollars worth of shit for streaming. So I feel like if I don't use my damn computer, like
Do with it, like you, with all the looping and stuff. I'm like, how in the hell did she figure all that out? I'd be
Practice.
like, John. He'd be like, Allison, figure it out yourself. And I'd be like, please. And he'd be like, figure it out yourself. And I'll be like, okay, I'll go ask Erin.
because I
Go
feel like
figure it
that's
out
a pattern.
Yeah, I can't handle it sometimes. It's me and technology. We don't jive. We don't.
I think Jen feels you on that. I think you have that in common. Yep, literally laugh my ass off. That's me.
It's bad.
Yep. Like if somebody else can't answer it, okay, Erin knows the answer, or at least she can figure out what the answer is. That's me and Phil. Me and Phil are the active IT people in our group. And now
With Twitch, he's like, you're figuring that shit out. I'm not helping you, so I had to figure out Streamlabs. Thank God Derper was in there. Connor helped me. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. He was telling me stuff through chat, and I'm trying to figure it out. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got anything done. Like, I couldn't figure it out.
and then I'm on a stream an hour later and you're like, I needed you.
I needed you so bad. I was like, I wasn't gonna bother you though, but I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But
We all gotta have IT people. The
was.
problem is
Better-
like if I have a problem, I'm like, shit, I don't have anybody to call. I can
you
call
gotta
Phil.
figure yourself.
Phil is like the only person who might know how to fix it if I don't. Like, and it depends on what it is. And sometimes even Phil's like, you know more about that than I do now. So
He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know nothing about that damn Twitch. And I'm like, fine, I'll just get back here and do my best. And I'm like, I'm still struggling, but better than I was.
yes, you're doing great. And we'll have more Twitch sessions too, meaning training sessions.
Yes, I'm a work in progress.
Derper's a blessing, New York Angel Stevie said.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I didn't know what I was doing. And
Well,
he's going,
Before we do the tarot reading, I think I want to end on the tarot reading. Hopefully it'll be a positive tarot reading. And then maybe I'll figure out another video to end it. I should have had 3 videos, one for the beginning, one for the middle, and one for the end, but I didn't think about that. I only had 2. I don't know, maybe is Rapture a good one maybe to play for the end? What's a good one?
do Rapture, or you can look up the one that I was talking about at that show the girl OD'd at.
Oh,
Because we were talking about it. It was a fun
That's
show.
true.
We did the Taylor Swift. If
Um,
I did something bad.
what's it called?
Was that Taylor Swift cover? I did something bad.
Let me see. I'm just gonna go into your videos.
That was like, but going back to like that was one of those shows we thought was gonna be crazy in somebody's backyard. Nobody was gonna show up, and it was a freaking throwdown party. Is what it was. It was
Huh.
one of those.
Well, I have that one queued up. That's how we'll end the stream tonight. So I have that one all queued up. So before we get into the tarot reading, I want everybody to hear about your Patreon and how you can, anybody in the chat, anybody who's watching after the fact, how they can support you directly.
Yeah, it's patreon.com/roses unread vocals, but it's VOX. So it's roses unread VOX. And yeah, we've got, gosh, I don't even know how many tiers we've got. I change them and add to them just monthly and do different things. But there's like a poetry tier where it's handwriting poetry. I think Steph's actually in the poetry one. You're in it, you know. Trying to look in the chat, I'm like, there's probably some more Jen's in it, Lance is in it. You know, we're all a big family here. So
We
it's
are.
like
We got to support each other.
yeah, and I love it. I just love the community, and I love how like we met each other and through just like fans and people that friends that we connect with, you know, and it's awesome to me. And I don't think I would have found you guys if it wouldn't have been for Lance, maybe.
No, I
Lance.
found you
You
because
found me.
of Mixie's Patreon.
That's right. But then I remember some kind of way I got in touch with Lance. We became friends, and he was posting a bunch, and I really started getting into it, checking you out because he could post and post and post stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, and I kept putting two and two together. Oh yeah, she's in Mixie's too. And I was like, just to check this out, and then ended up connecting. And I just think it's really neat how, you know, it's brought together like that. It's like the universe just does it, you know. And I don't know, it's amazing to me, like how the people you meet and places you go and just the connections you make. It's awesome. But and Patreon, I know you can say this too. It is like a blessing. It helps so much. Like
yeah, and you guys have so many members, dude. Like I have 45 active members. Y'all have like 100 fucking active members.
It keeps growing. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like,
it's amazing though. Like I know where I'm at with my 45 members.
Where did this come from? Like, and John's back there, like, where are these people coming from? And I'm like, I don't know. Post the link and, you know, or maybe the video or something. I don't know. Like, because that's the only thing I know is that the video just came out. That's the only thing that's changed. And it's just I've gotten a few more than I usually have, and I'm like, I don't know how this is happening. Where is this, you know, coming from? But all I know is maybe just connections we make, and, you know, the family grows, and I seriously think like the more we all do this, everybody's will, and it all flourish. We have to just stay together and come together, and it's like we got to be as one, you know. It's just that's the way it work. I just and I hate some people's mentality was like, oh well, you know, we need to be better than them, or, you know, that would, you know, like I'm like, y'all get over that shit. You know, it's like, exactly. It's like, no, it's a family. It's a community. Like it's the only way this is going to stand is if we put all our hands together and help it stand.
Yeah. We have to lift each other up in order to get ahead, especially now. And that's kind of like where Twitch comes in. And I know we've briefly talked about that, like, but Twitch and Patreon like go hand in hand because it's so like direct to the creator. Like you can sub, you can cheer, you can do all the things. And on Patreon, it's the same way. You can pledge every month and you're going to get shit out of it, you know? And that's like the easiest thing to like make that connection. And with rating at the end of every stream, you immediately say, hey, if you guys are here to support me, let's go support them. And that's why every time I can, and it makes sense to, I raid you guys, because I'm like, we have just a hair more of an audience on our channel right now at this time, because we've just been doing it a hair longer. But that's, you know, that'll change.
That kind of goes back to the other thing too, was like, you know, with us from 2007 and y'all, it's 2015, you said, you know, just like the difference and just things like Twitch, like you said, and like you just been doing it longer. And I mean, and I'm still new to it. I want to be able to to be able to raid somebody else, and I've got to get my better damn internet first because I don't think I can raid from my phone.
I don't
I've been
know.
having to stream my phone
Jen
because
would
every
know.
time I stream on Twitch here, it lags. I mean, I may try it again, like just do a test run on my Twitch from this laptop because Discord seems to be working okay, but not Twitch either. But
Yeah. But if
I don't
you,
know.
so if you're logged into your account, so like this is a bad example because I'm not logged into the LC Binks account on my phone. This is my EBX Erin account. But if I were LC Binks on here, I could do the raid from here in the chat. Like there's a command for that. You don't have to like click the button to do it, if that makes sense.
I wonder.
So yeah, if you opened your phone and did the command, you would be able to do a raid from any chat that you're logged into as yourself. But I don't know about the mobile app. Jen used it for a little while, but I don't know if she ever successfully did any raids with it.
Maybe she knows she's still in here. You probably can't knowing my luck.
She said you
just
can
hope we
type
get this
command
better.
into the phone, but I don't know if she means in Twitch, like in the actual Twitch app, or if she means in the Streamlabs app. But either way, you could just open up another device anywhere. As long as you're in the same account, you type /raid and then space and then the person you want to raid, and it should work. But anyway,
Maybe I could from my computer and then it would go to my phone. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna try it sometime though. I'm gonna see.
oh, Ray said
I'll
you
play
can raid
around
with
with
the
that.
mobile app. So what we can actually figure it out, until it is that you get better internet to use your computer. We can actually work on that. Like next time we have a chat.
Oh,
What?
it's awful. It's just like I can't tell you how many times he's gotten so mad playing Call of Duty, and it's just like it's got him glitching, and he's just like saying every word he can. He's so pissed, and he's like unplugging it from the wall, and I'm just like, just give up. I'm just like, give up. That's how I feel about this, though. It's just so hard because what would be great is when we are writing, you can see the Pro Tools, what we're actually doing on the screen.
Yeah,
can't
that's
do
a
that
game changer.
until I get better internet. And he was like, I'd be back there showing stuff all the time and doing stuff too. He's like, but we just can't right now. And
Yeah.
so hopefully they've got it like 5 miles away from us.
So hopefully it's coming soon.
Like, this whole street needs to just call and bug the hell out of them and be like, when are we getting it? When are we getting it? We'll pay for it. We'll pay for it. Just bring it like 5 feet over.
5 feet.
I mean, it's almost like that though. It's not 5 feet, but it's like, it's not even a mile away. I mean, it's close. I don't know if I could throw a rock and hit it, but it's not
Pretty
far.
close.
And it just pisses me off. It's like right down the damn road and we can't get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
But
it's coming.
maybe in
though.
time. Maybe
Yeah.
in time I'll be patient.
And in the meantime, you'll
think
get
about-
really good at using the mobile app.
The mobile app and then
But
it's just-
anyway,
it's
I digress about Twitch things. I think we should do a tarot reading. I'm really, really hype, actually. If
all
you're
right.
cool with that.
So I've got these are like I had like just a random old set of cards that I think somebody gave me a long time ago. And apparently you're not supposed to go buy them yourself. They're supposed to be gifted to you.
I've heard this.
My friend, but I gave it to myself as a gift for my birthday. But I had to get them because they're the cutest freaking things. You know how much I love dogs. Right, it's a dog tarot card book.
Oh my God.
The pictures on these things are so cute. Like here's one. It's got like, down here, like that's like 5 of C.
Aw.
This dog looks just like my parents' dog.
Aw.
It's like the Sea Guardian card. And I was like, I have to get these because they're just up my alley. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to buy them myself, but nobody else is going to get them for me. I was like, I'm just going to buy them for myself for my birthday. And I did get them on my birthday. So it was a gift. It was a gift.
There you go.
In a way. I've got it's got like the book that came with it, which is really helpful because I've only really been doing it for like a month or two. I just started myself. So
It's
how
awesome,
I did
though.
it. I did it the other night, and I read John's, and it was pretty accurate. And he's like totally not into it at all. But I was just like, let me do it. Just let me do it practice. And he's like, okay. And then I did Jen's, and I did Steps in the Rose Garden the other day, and then I did like somebody else's. So you'll be like the fifth one I think I've done.
Hey, it's awesome though. I love it. I'm super
So
into it.
I'm just gonna show the way I did it with Jen and Steph, and they said that it was accurate, like pretty close to accurate. And everything that I picked to Jen said something about her soul singing and things like that. I was like, that's weird. It was like the music of your soul and all this stuff. And I was like, that's kind of crazy.
Huh.
But I don't know. She said it was pretty accurate though. All right. So how I did it, you can just shuffle them anyway. I don't have much room here, so I'm just going to shuffle this way. And I'm going to make 3 stacks relatively similar to each other. And then I stack them again in any other way I want. I have to walk through my stuff because I haven't done it very much. And then I separate them 3 more times. All right, so now there's 3 stacks. So give me a number 1 to 10, just any number through then. Those
7.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have 1 to 2 of sky. And I'll read about it. It's like this dog in a tree. 2 of sky. All right, pick me another number 1 through 10.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Temperance. Pretty card.
It is.
And they're just so pretty. I was like, I have to get them. All right, and one more time. 1 to 10.
3.
And Sky Alpha Female.
Okay.
It's like looks like a pit bull.
Yeah.
That one had a poodle. See it?
That one's harder to see, but you could see a lot of the greens. Oh, there we
you
go.
go.
Now I can
There.
see it. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Pretty though.
The rainbow.
This one's, I mean, it's different, but it's pretty cool too.
That is pretty. It's got a
All right,
sunset.
so now it's got the little, the moon's out and the sun. Yeah. All right, so 2 of sky was your first one. So I got to go to the skies. I'm trying to figure this out. 2 of sky.
I love that
All
you're
right.
just teaching yourself. It's awesome.
I am. It's just like it's a work in progress. That's what I am, a work in progress. All right, so it says, perched in the form of 2 branches, a young canine struggles to find balance in the fork of a bare and twisted tree. Some unseen danger has driven her to this impasse. How do you say that? Impasse?
Impasse?
Well, just say the danger has driven her up the tree. We'll say that.
Okay.
I don't know. Confused by her predicament, she is unsure how to proceed. She has managed to find a position of some stability and is under no immediate threat of falling, but this situation can't stand forever, and a choice must be made. Neither brute strength nor prayer will provide the solution to her problem. She must depend on her keen mind and reason to find an answer. The thin crescent of the waxing moon dimly pierces the clouds of a darkened sky, promising that a solution is at hand and her journey will continue. You have a choice to make, and it's not going to be an easy choice, but avoiding it won't solve anything. You might not have all the information that you need to make a good decision. Stop delaying and look at all the situations, weighing the pros and cons in order to somehow resolve what's there before you. Don't be rash, just use your logic. Too much confusion has you overwhelmed. You need a full report, but now too much information may have you feeling inundated and unable to move at all. You may need to step back from the situation altogether. I don't know if that's anything.
Oh, thank you for your follow. Maddie at Call Me Pace Poppin'.
I was like, how did you read that so fast?
I don't know.
Fine. Minutes.
So that's interesting. I don't know that I exactly relate to that one. I think it has to do mostly with my future journey, meaning like switching over to Twitch and Patreon as like my honest main sources of income. Like,
It could be.
I feel like that's
And
what it's referring to. I think that's because I don't really, other than that, I don't really know that I feel like there's something I'm avoiding, if that makes sense.
right.
I am avoiding talking to my old boss about gigging again, but that's kind of a moot point. It's not like a make a decision kind of thing. But
Your tattoo.
my
And see,
tattoo,
I made John read mine. I was like, I want you to shuffle them any way you want to shuffle them. And then I made him make 3 stacks. And then he stacked them back. Then he made 3 more stacks, and they did the same thing. I picked a number, and like one of mine wasn't very on it, but the other 2 freaked me. That they just freaked me out. I put the book down at that point. I was like, yep. I was like, I haven't picked it up since, honestly, because it kind of freaked me out because like the 2 were spot on. I was like, eh.
right.
All right, so
Okay,
Temperance with
continuing.
Poodle.
Hmm.
All right. Beams of dappled sunlight illuminate a standard poodle as she tests the water's depths with her paw. A cool spring emerges from a rocky face to cascade down into a sun-warmed pool, each fall presenting another level of consciousness. The blending of these waters signifies, I can't talk, finding balance. Iris flowers, messages of the divine, symbols of love in all its form, and totems of the spiritual protection grow at the water's edge. A rainbow of harmony, blessings, and hope links to the heavens to the earth. When you're able to practice the art of grace under pressure, you can find your happy place with each. Test the waters before jumping in, appreciating all that life has to offer. Find harmony and fulfillment within yourself, and the world appears to be a beautiful place. Calm pours over you instead of stress, and you'll find the balance to manage whatever life throws your way. When you feel unbalanced, be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion you would give a loved one going through similar challenges. Don't act rashly. Instead, listen to your higher power and try to reflect on your true purpose to get your vision on track.
Huh. I think that certainly relates to the last card.
It does a lot.
Like I wouldn't say
Let's listen to that. Yeah,
like that has a lot to do with like testing the waters of Twitch and streaming and making that like a legitimate career move, and also not being so hard on myself. You know,
this is when you're able to practice the art of grace under pressure, you can find your happy place with ease. So maybe
I also think that that's important. So like it's important to practice what you preach when it comes to self-care. And I am pretty good at not beating myself up when I run out of spoons for things that I need to do. I'm generally pretty good about not beating myself up. Like if I had X, Y, and Z to do in one day, but I only did X, like I'm like, okay, but I have tomorrow to do that. Or, you know, it's not the end of the world. You know, I'm pretty good about that. But last week I felt specifically like I was overwhelmed and I was frozen. And I said something along those lines to Jimmy Jams. And he was like, Erin, stop. Like, rest. It's okay. Like,
and that's kind of what that says. I mean, in
yeah,
a way,
that's what reminded me of it. Is that's exactly what Jams said. Something along the lines of be nicer to yourself or something like that, and just rest. And we all understand. Like, so it's interesting. I literally just had that conversation with Jams, and then, you know, between Trish and I, we both run on very low spoons most of the time, and so we try to be nice to each other about it. Like, just if you can't get it done, it's okay. Just rest. That's it. You know?
Yeah. It's
So that's
like the
interesting.
balance and the harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Harmony. You got the harmonies. Corny joke. Sorry.
It was
All
dead
right,
on. Dead on.
Sky alpha female. That's hard to say. All right. Enthroned in a giant clamshell, reminiscent of the goddess Venus, a standard poodle. No, that's the wrong damn one. That's sea alpha female. Get it right, Allison. Sorry.
Is it Sky Alpha? Is that what it says?
Yeah, here it is with the bull or the pit bull. I think it's pit bull.
Mhm.
Is it a pit bull?
It looks like a pit bull.
Pit bull's here. With a cool head and an austere gaze, the sky alpha female can see with piercing blue eyes through any Subterfuge, I think that's right. Subterfuge. She may appear aloft and uncaring as she analyzes all she senses with common intellect. Yet she simply prefers to base her decisions on logic and reason.
Me.
An American Pit Bull Terrier, she lies on a cliff's edge and observes a beautiful spring day. From below, the scents of the new growth wafted on the breeze to her keen nose. A bird on the wind in the distance above her speaks her ability to rise above a situation for an accurate view. She wears a collar of green, a stone of perception and intelligence, and a subtle colored feather of female bird, symbolic of her quick and impartial thinking. Your courage and intelligence make you a cool customer. You have an uncanny ability to see through a scheme and get to the root of an issue. You're an excellent communicator, although you may tend to keep others at distance. You have an outlook on life based upon logic and reason. You hold no illusions about seeing things as they really are. Your analytical nature can come off as cold and uncaring if you're not careful. Pure intellect can be off-putting to others and lead you to a narrow-minded view. While casting your eyes over a situation, apply some compassion along with your clear insight.
That was just a Capricorn reading for every day. It just it was. That was a Capricorn. Just look, that was every day of a Capricorn is what that was. But therefore it was me. Me.
Are you a Capricorn? Like,
Yeah.
I'm hoping you're. I'm like, I don't know how you would know all that if you
Right.
weren't one. Unless
Yeah.
you're like huge in astrology. but I was reading this, and it kind of did remind me of you in like our conversations. Like it's like not that you don't care, but it's just kind of like sometimes you're just over the shit, And it's not that you give off that you're being that way. It's just. You just see things clear and you don't really beat around the bush. You just tell it like it is. I've noticed that about you.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that people pick up on that pretty quickly with me. I really only put on a public facade maybe like the first time I talk to somebody just to kind of feel it out. Like to make sure that that person's not going to take offense to my. It's not that I'm aggressive. It's that I'm just so not passive. Like I'm really
like
to the point.
You're very like blunt about things. You're like, this is
Yeah.
it. Like here we are.
Yes.
It's just, and I sometimes wish more people were like that because they would just tell you instead of just like, well, I should have said that to her, but just say it if if you feel like you need to say it, say it.
Yeah, and I think all my years in like writing professional emails and trying to stay as emotionally distant from making a professional situation stay professional or not writing emotion into an email because don't do that because it's going to get misconstrued. And so I think that's really deep into my personality now from working in corporate bands for 10 years. And half of that time I was an email. I was the person the information was coming from. So it's being a professional, like a sort of director of communication for so long definitely has made me more that way, but in a professional way. Like I've always been blunt as fuck. It's just a matter of how professional I am about it.
Yeah. Like I could, when I was reading that, I was like, that really does remind me of her. Like, oh wait, it really does. So.
And when we go out of town,
just watching your people and the things you say, it's like, yeah.
Yep. Just that. I mean what I say mostly. And if I didn't mean what I said, I usually am like, wait, that's not how it came. That's not what I meant. Hold on. Let me reword it. Like I'm very hyper aware of what I say when I'm trying to articulate myself. And people, when we go out of town, people have been like, yeah, we kind of figured you might be from Michigan or Detroit because you guys have a thing about you. You're just really, aggressive's not the right word, but blunt is a good example. But I feel like there's another word I'm not finding. Maybe Jen can find
and
it.
I know what you're talking about, though. I'm with you. I can't think of the word either.
Right. Direct. Yeah. Maybe that's
Direct.
it.
Yeah. That's a good direct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You're direct. And Chrissy, the girl that's in the videos I was telling you about that I was talking to, she's like that too. And I just know she'll always tell me what I need to hear, the way I need to hear it. And I'm just like, yep, thank you for telling me that. Because she's honest. And that's another word. You're honest. Like, but in a good way. You know your limits.
Yeah.
You're honest. Honest.
Yeah. And I've been told that sometimes my not stance, but maybe sometimes my reaction to information makes people want to not share information with me. And I've had to really make sure that I not edit my reaction, but that my reactions are very muted compared to what they might have been in years prior. Like I'm especially calculated when I react to things now because multiple people very close to me told me that sometimes they don't want to talk about something because they're afraid of what I might say. Not that I was being rude, but that I might have been too factual or too direct, or I wasn't reading it right. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm really quick to tell people what I think, but I don't always realize that what I think might not be what they need to hear. So that's something I've worked on.
John's too. Like I've heard him like say things about himself like that too. So
Really?
he's very direct on things. I'll just be like, I'm just sitting here listening, and he's he's doing all that. When we go out, like I'm the observer. I'm like I'm listening to the conversations. I'm like, I'm taking stuff in, and I'll be like, did you catch so and so do like said this? And he's like, no. I was like, I was just really picking it up on the listen. Where he's the one that's very direct and giving his input, and I'm the more actually reserved. I mean, I'm a Leo. I should be the one out, and I think that's where the singer comes out, being on stage, and
Yeah.
have, but yeah, I think that's where that comes into play.
Yeah.
You're frozen. Wait.
Uh-oh. You're not frozen for me. Oh no. Oh no. What did she do? I don't know what she did. No. Oh no. Wait.
All right, you're back.
Yes, you're back.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe it's the internet
David,
being like, bitch, you've been on here for too long.
probably what it is. It's like, you've used all you can. I'm like, can't freaking win. Can't win. I mean,
But to be fair,
hopefully
it is a good time to wrap up. What's funny is I lost track of time. I was thinking maybe about 2 hours, and then I looked down and I was like, oh shit, it's 9:00. Like,
it's 8 here, so you're ahead of me.
Yeah.
So it's just 8 from me. But
yeah. But I think
They
that's
were-
probably
they were-
a good
they
way to
were-
wrap up.
let's do that, and I'm glad I got to read your tarot because it's always fun.
Yes, thank you.
I have
That,
no idea what I'm doing.
that goes down as my very
Maybe
first
you-
tarot reading, though.
It was somewhat relatable,
Mhm.
like you said, the whole Capricorn thing. I mean, the one, like I said, the one I had, it was the two were kind of scary close, and the other one was just like, yeah, I can kind of see that, but like current life situations and stuff, those cards were like, ooh. And I put the book down. I was done with it after that. I was like, nope, got in my head a little too much there, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was interesting. I think that was awesome. But yeah, I think I have that video queued up from that gig you were telling us about earlier, and I'm gonna find somebody to raid, but I feel like it's like final words, like like what are your last thoughts that you want everybody to hear? I don't know what else to call it. Like final thoughts. I don't know.
I have fun. I want to do it again. I mean, it was different. Something neat to do, and we should totally do it again soon. And
Yes.
we'll make that happen, and maybe like I can read some more people's tarots next time or do something. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
And we'll actually plan on doing like a sub wars.
Yeah, and we'll do that. Do some like giveaways and stuff because we got cool stuff. I mean, I don't mind doing giveaways because I try. I'm sure y'all are like that too. When you try to get a little bit more in bulk for like Patreon stuff, so you have just a little bit of extra stuff left over in case you need it. And I've got plenty of little extra things, so I'm totally down to do that.
Awesome.
And-
Yeah.
And follow me on Twitch because I've just started and I'm trying to build it. And yeah, it's an adventure.
Yes,
really
it
an
is.
adventure. Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say yes, it is. But thank you for it's been 2 hours and an extra half hour. Nobody saw the first half hour of us having technical difficulties, but we got our shit
gosh.
together.
Got to go. I'm just glad this internet held up for me to do this.
I know. I was like, please no, like 2 more minutes.
I'm really surprised. Like I'm kind of proud of it right now. So I'm like, don't start fucking up later.
Right. No. But with that, I don't want to press our luck. I feel like we had a really fantastic time, and we made some new friends, and we're gonna go raid after this music video. And thank you, Allison, for being here. And everybody go follow Allison. Trish just did a shout out in the chat. That is their channel. They are always going. And then also she just did the Roses command, which is to their main website, and I checked it out earlier. There's music, videos, merchandise, socials, their Patreon link, all the things.
Take you everywhere. Yeah, everywhere.
And oh, I forgot to tell you, I ordered Threadless stuff, and it got shipped today.
What'd you get?
I got a regular pullover hoodie with the what's it called? Silver. I forget the design. It doesn't have any red in it. It's got the wings.
Silver lining.
Yes.
I think that's one of the older designs.
It looked like one of the older designs, but I'm a sucker for things with wings on it like that.
I think it was like a phoenix or something, maybe.
Yeah, and I got a really small. I got an X small one of that, so it's real cute and fitted. And then Trish got a racerback with the rose on it.
Oh, cool! Y'all gotta take pictures and show me. I still got it. Because I got the moon one. I need to take a picture in that one and tag y'all too.
You got the OG moon cat.
Loved it. I was like, that's cool. Suns and moons and stars. Hey, yeah.
You mean this?
Yeah.
Oh no, she's gonna show. They bought the whole damn package when we were doing the packages, which I mean we're always doing. She has all of you mean this? Both of us?
I got this one and this one. And I got these cool postcards.
Yeah, you do.
This one. I got to put these stickers somewhere. I don't know where yet, though. Probably on my guitar case. I don't know.
I love it.
And I'm going to put this one around my mirror because I've got all the other ones by the mirror, too. So
yay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel happy that I finally was able to support you guys in some way. Like you've other than Patreon, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, yes, I can finally order merchandise.
I love those hoodies on Threadless, though. They're super comfortable.
Yeah.
Super comfortable.
This one's not Threadless, but it's Customized Girl, and it's super comfortable. Between the two websites, we have like
cut, isn't it?
Everything. Yeah. Well, I cut it off because I like crop hoodies better.
Oh, yeah.
This is the tailgate hoodie. Huh?
I'm going to bring me the Horizon one, and it's got a hole on the side. I may crop it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I miss
a big hole in it.
I miss the pocket, but honestly, I have enough hoodies with pockets. Like fuck that. This one's cuter as a crop.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway,
I could just buy a million hoodies. It's addiction. It's bad.
It's problematic. I bought an X small.
Good addiction though.
Yeah, I bought an X small so I would leave the pocket. That's my whole plan.
Yeah,
is to not crop it. I have so many crop hoodies that I need to buy an X small hoodie so I can't crop it. Basically,
a cute crop though. I have a day to remember when it's cropped, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. The crop hoodies are an addiction. Anyway, I think we're gonna end for tonight.
That way. I know we get to doing this.
I was gonna say we could just do a marathon of fucking just chatting, and like it would just continue forever. But we're gonna get out of here. I'm interested to watch this fucking video because you said it was hype. So after the video, we're gonna go raid. I don't know who we're gonna raid yet, actually, but
I'll say in the chat we raid.
Yeah. I don't know who we're gonna raid yet. There's a lot of people on right now, so I'm gonna look and see what happens. There is another band on. Sepsis is on.
Sepsis is on. We could raid her.
Maybe that's a good idea. Band to band to band. We'll be like, hey.
Yeah.
They're doing art.
Domino effect, bitch.
Normally they're doing a watch party, and people on mobile can't be a part of watch parties. So I don't normally want to raid them because they're usually doing a watch party. So this is actually a good opportunity to do that.
They are.
Yeah, they're not doing one tonight. It says art. So
art.
Yeah, so that seems a little safer than watch party.
Yeah, we'll raid her.
Yeah, let's raid her. But with that, you can either stay in Discord or you can get the fuck out if you want to.
I'm gonna go pee. So once we start this, and I'm gonna take this with me while I pee.
All right.
And I'll chat.
Okay, good to know. So once I switch over, I won't be back on us again. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Melissa is painting right now.
Yeah, girl,
Good to know, J.A. Hicks. We will absolutely schedule. We're definitely going to be rescheduling the show that we had scheduled in April. It was probably the second show we ever had canceled. Was that whole weekend.
So sad about that. I was like, this is going to be so fun. And
I know.
Damn.
But now that we know each other, I feel like it's going to be infinitely more fun.
Yeah, it'll be super cool. We'll get in so much trouble.
Fucking, where's Erin and Allison?
Where the hell they go?
All right. Well, I'm going to switch over to this video. I hope everybody has an amazing evening. And we're going to go raid Melissa. They're painting tonight in Sepsis Band. Thank you again, Allison, for being here and being a great sport. And this is my first ever interview stream. So
it's fun. Well, I didn't feel like it was an interview. We just talked.
Right.
And
it's more like a live podcast.
yeah, it's like I just, like we're chatting like we knew each other forever,
I feel like our souls have known each other forever.
They might have in a past life.
Is that weird?
A little bit. Maybe we should end now.
We should just go. All right. With that, let's watch this Taylor Swift cover. When was this? What year was this, Allison?
This was, okay, so 2020, right before shit shut down.
All right, so this is recent.
Is there a date on there? Is there a date on it?
Let me look. Oh, November 7th.
Okay, so it was right before the new year.
Yep.
And then it went down because we quit for December for holidays and stuff, and then next thing you know, everything's shut down.
Wild. So, with that, we're gonna go watch this Taylor Swift cover. I'm really excited to listen to it. Everybody say bye to Allison, but she'll be with us in the raid. But you won't see either of us anymore. We're gonna watch this video and then we're gonna go raid Sepsis for a little while. So go follow them. They're another rock band. And with a female lead, so they're fucking badass and they have a cool aesthetic, just like Roses Unread, just like Elsie Banks. I hope you guys had a great time. Stick with us in the raid because that's what Twitch communities are about. You want to support everybody, lift everybody up. So thank you guys so much for being here, and let's rock and roll on our way out of here with Roses Unread. Bye, everybody.
Guys.
So I play it like a violin, and I make it look oh so easy. Every night tell me Say I did something bad. Matchbox and proof. Receipts and reasons. Never know it just ain't everyone. So thank you guys so much. You've been amazing. You guys look awesome.